I understand what my absence must have looked like, but you don't know the whole story.
You denied that you're trying to take Neil away from Courtney.
My lawyers insisted on filing the custody action because you breached our agreement.
I left because I had to.
Let me reassure you, I have no intention of stealing our child. I could never do that to him.
What do you want?
I want us to try one more time. I miss Neil and you.
Dad! Thought I heard you.
Oh, you feel good.
Did you meet Joe? He surprised me with the computer and everything.
Well, I've got an even bigger surprise for you.
No way.
Your mother and I are getting back together. We're going to try to be a family again.
Really?
Where's Joe?
I don't know. He should be here by now.
Were you worried?
Well, he probably overslept. He just got off a double shift.
Why don't you give him a call? He wouldn't mind.
Okay, good idea. Wait here.
All right.
Where's Daddy?
You'll be here any minute, honey.
I don't want to get operated until he comes.
Dr. Russo, labor
Hi.
Hey, Rod. I'm sorry I worried you guys, but as you can see, I'm in good condition.
We're so glad you're home, son.
Oh, Serena.
Hey, Serena, come on. It's me.
Daddy,
Yeah, it's me.
I knew you'd make it in time.
Of course, you knew I wouldn't.
Do you have any kisses and hugs left for me? Oh.
I'm glad you're back.
Oh, boy, me too.
So, how are you?
I was scared, but no, I'm not.
Well, that's because you're the bravest little girl in the whole world.
It's because nothing's bad with you and Lucy home.
Hi.
Kevin.
Thank God you're all right.
Oh, I'm fine, but how are you managing?
I am much better now that I've talked to Serena and I know that Scott's okay. Do I have you to thank for getting him back? And Lucy?
No, they would have found their way back without me.
Well, okay. You know, I could never really wrap my mind around the fact that they were dead anyway.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, especially Scott. You know, before you took me to Jasmine Island, he and I were, well, I really, really think that there could be a chance. And I know that you felt the same way about Lucy. Did you guys get back together?
No.
What's the matter?
Sit down. Lucy and Scott have resumed their friendship.
What do you mean?
Well, they went through some horrific experiences. Their plane did crash. There was an explosion. They were handcuffed together for a while.
I'm surprised they didn't kill each other.
Far from it.
Just how friendly are they?
I didn't come here intending to tell you this. But I hate to see you get your hopes up.
Scott and Lucy are lovers again?
Well, you know, I'm away from her for days, and then I get back here just in time for her to be wheeled into surgery. I didn't get a chance to just hold her a little bit, you know?
That's right. It's taken forever. It just seems like forever.
Now, I have faith that the operation will work this time.
Yes, it will.
Well, look, as long as we've got to wait, why don't you tell us about what happened down in Florida?
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. Must have been quite an adventure.
Yeah, it was, you could call it an adventure, all right. It was...
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Insane, in fact. And we went. We're back. We're glad. And that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, the police, you know, it was crazy of us to think that we could help the police find Eve. They didn't need our help at all. They found her just fine. And so here we are, you know, going on that trip for nothing. We would have been better off just staying home where we belong.
Is it true? We're gonna be a family again?
What your dad means, sweetie, is that he and I will always be your family, even if we're not married anymore, okay? Right, John?
Of course.
Hey, this yours?
Yeah. Joe gave it to me. He knows everything about baseball. He has 1,000,000 cards, too.
1,000,000, huh?
You should see him sometime.
You know, in Greece, we play soccer. I was about your age when I started.
Soccer's cool, too.
But in America, baseball.
Yeah.
Will you teach me?
Sure.
He needs to take it easy.
Well, Neil's been very sick, and I think we should make sure he's ready before he starts circling bases.
Of course. His well-being comes first.
Speaking of well-being, how about some lunch?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, well, would you three all-stars go use your talents in the kitchen, please? I need to speak to John.
Why can't I stay?
Well, that's because your father's never had one of your killer sandwiches, and I don't think we should deprive him of that experience. Do you?
This is true. Lead the way.
I want you to leave.
That's my intention, love. And I'm taking you and Neil with me.
This is worse than waiting out that hurricane.
Worse than those snakes.
Well, not to mention the gators.
Alligators?
Snakes?
And you know how we hate snakes.
Change the subject. We were gone quite a while. Did anything happen while we were gone?
Well, I know this isn't exactly the best time, Lucy, but,
Wait a second.
What do
is
you
it
mean?
about Serena?
No, it's not about Serena. It's about Brenda Barrett. Lucy, she was killed in an automobile accident.
I don't believe you. No, not my Brenda. No, I don't believe you.
Oh, Lucy, we're so sorry.
Lucy, we know how fond you were of her, but
How?
the car went off a cliff, and her mother was in it as well, and they were both killed.
I gotta get to Jack. Oh, my God. I gotta get to Jack.
Listen to me. Wait, just listen. Come here. You okay? Come on, calm down.
I'm not okay. No, I'm not okay. I gotta call Robin. I gotta call Jack. I gotta
Karen's
go.
here. Karen's here.
Karen, what happened here, okay?
No
Is everything
complications.
okay?
Yes, everything went really, really well.
Okay. Well, when will we know if the transplants worked?
Dr. Urton is on his way down to fill us in. Good. Went really well.
Okay.
There's the doctor. Dr. Whitlock.
The cornea is sutured in place perfectly. We're cautious, but optimistic.
When will we know if it worked?
Tomorrow, when I remove the bandages, we will have an idea.
When can we see her?
She'll be in her room shortly.
Good.
Well, shouldn't we wait a while before we all barge in on her?
She will be a bit groggy, but the best medicine a child can have is the support of a loving family around her.
Your son had cancer and you were absent, and now all of a sudden you come back and you want me to believe that you give a damn?
Turning my back on our family was the worst mistake of my life. I hurt Neil and I hurt you.
Good. Good. I'm really glad you realized that. But we have no interest in being hurt a second time. Leave. Leave now before Neil gets too attached to you again.
Please. Courtney, understand. I need you too. I only left you because of my ridiculous ego. I know that now.
Well, that's the first honest thing you've said since you've been here.
When you told me Neil wasn't my child, I felt betrayed. My pride took over. Now, instead of standing by you like a man, I became a jealous little boy.
He has missed you every single day.
I hurt you. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life making that up to you. and to Neil.
I doubt the damage done to Neil can ever be repaired.
At least give me a chance. Now, you saw how happy he was with me. He wants his father. He needs me and I need him.
He does seem happy with you.
I want you back, too. And we were good together. We just hit a rough patch.
We didn't hit a rough patch, John. We got a divorce. It was ugly, and now it is over.
Not for me. I have missed you constantly.
If you really want to prove how much you care, drop the custody suit.
Done. If you'll come back to me. Now think about it. I don't expect you to give me a decision this minute. If you give me another chance to be a real husband and a father, you'll never be sorry.
Don't remember if my dad likes mayo or mustard.
You know, he looks like a mailman.
Yeah, mayo.
I'm sure he's gonna love whatever it is if it comes from you, Neil. Yeah. There you go, buddy. All set. Careful.
You're not buying that creep's story, are you?
Not for a minute.
I'm sure he was in there giving Courtney his best snow job.
Well, I wouldn't worry about Courtney, Frank. She's not stupid when it comes to Neil. She's not gonna let this guy persuade her.
We'll see.
Well, I'd like to believe this guy for Neil's sake, Frank. A boy needs a father.
We did without one for most of our lives, and we didn't turn out too bad.
Could you imagine what a difference it would have made if Dad was actually around instead of drunk half of his life?
It would have been different.
It just ticks me off that this guy shows up out of the blue and somehow thinks that makes him a father.
And Neil still thinks he's great.
Well, I think fathers can do whatever they want and kids still somehow see them as gods.
Yeah, I like Julie. Bennett Devlin was a rotten man and a rotten father, and yet she still worshipped him for most of her life.
Is there any news on the trial?
Went into a holding pattern after Scott disappeared. Lee was pretty destroyed.
It's just nice to know that this kind of father still exists, huh? Look, let's just hope and pray that John Canello surprises us, Frank, and he turns out to be sincere instead of turning Neil's world upside down.
Hello, applesauce.
You did us proud again, Serena.
Yeah, hey, Bungenhead, you sure did. You know, the doctor said you were super-duper trooper.
That's because I was knocked out.
You are so brave, but you're also Miss Smarty Pants.
How you feeling, sweetheart?
Fine. Will I be able to see now?
Well, we'll know just as soon as those bandages come off.
Send me good vibes, Lucy.
Buddy, there's gazillion vibes coming your way. Hey, do you think you should be up and at 'em? Maybe you want to rest and store up some of that energy, huh?
No way. I just woke up. I want to hear about what happened to Daddy and you when you were away.
Well, that's a bit of a roller coaster ride. Are you ready for that now?
I'm ready.
Ready.
Okay, then. Well, you remember when your dad let you watch that Raiders of the Lost Ark movie, and I didn't think you should watch it, but you got to watch it? Okay, well, Indiana Jones had nothing on your dad.
Thank you. Well, you know, Wonder Woman got nothing on Lucy. We had to face snakes, and you know how we hate snakes, but not even a squeak out of her.
Well, and we also had to face these nasty smugglers, and there were these alligators, and then this fire, and this tunnel, and dust, and a hurricane, and then this mansion thingy, and you wouldn't believe it. We were handcuffed together, me and your dad, and he broke them up and with one fell swoop of a big axe.
And you know what? We would have done other things, anything to get home to you.
Cool.
I don't know whether to laugh or lie down.
Oh, I gotta go. Remember all the good stuff of the story so you can tell me later, okay?
Okay.
And you know all that praise you got about being brave and strong? That's all really true.
Thank you, Cam, for staying with me.
Catch you later, Fishy. Don't ever do that hurricane fire smuggler thing again, Mr. Indiana Jones.
Next week, we're going to do Die Hard. I'm just kidding.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Karen.
Bye.
Well, now that the world is halfway back together, I'd better check on my client. Trial will be resuming soon.
Well, I'll walk out with you. Sweetheart, you get some good rest, okay?
Okay, Grandma. I will.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Grandpa.